everybody. Welcome back to the show. Well, social networking sites are a great way to waste time, but guess what? They can save lives.
Yeah, our next guest is joining us, and her story is almost unbelievable, but it is also inspirational as well. Savilla is joining us, model and also a kidney transplant recipient.
Hi,
Hello,
Savilla.
how are you?
Hi.
Thanks
Thank
for joining
you for
us.
coming here.
Thank you.
Now, we first heard about your story, reading about you in the news, but maybe you can fill us in from the start. Basically, you're a model professionally, and you're on a website called Model Mayhem.
Yes.
But maybe you can tell us about why you changed your status update and how you ended up getting a kidney.
Well, I was diagnosed with kidney disease, IgA nephropathy, about 20 years ago, and so it's kind of been a slow progression. And then about
So
2
your
years.
kidney function gets worse and worse as
It
you were
just
going
gradually got worse, and then I had to start dialysis 2 years ago. And so they had to put a tube in my stomach. I did peritoneal dialysis, and then I'd hook up to a machine every night.
And you were very quiet about this. I mean, throughout your
yeah.
career, this was not something that you were talking about. This was not something
Oh
that
no,
you were...
I hid it from most people.
Yeah. And at what point did that change? Because it did, obviously.
Yeah, I did, and I thought, well, now I have this tube in my stomach, I have to change my profile, because if I'm hired for, swimsuit modeling.
I'm gonna show up with a tube.
So you have to let them know that you have a tube here.
Yeah.
And fill us in from there. Where did changing the status to your blood type and needing a kidney come in, and who advised you on that?
Well, I changed my status on the modeling website and saying that I have a tube in my stomach, and this other model from Las Vegas saw that I changed my profile, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were going through that. He said, you should put your blood type on in case somebody wants to test for you. So I did, and he said, I think I'm O positive, and I thought, okay.
Yeah, good.
That's
good,
nice.
You know what? Good for you. All right.
And he said, I really want to do the testing. And I said, oh, no, you don't have to. I mean, my brother and sister are both testing. Well, they turned out to not be candidates. And he
And this
really wanted to do it.
virtual stranger that you only knew through a modeling website, went and tested himself, found out he was a match, and then he offered you his kidney.
Yeah.
How did that feel when a stranger just reached out to you like that and
Better than
basically
flowers.
saved your life? A little better. But what kind of person? You never hear about this sort of thing.
No, I mean, it was just incredible. It was amazing. And he's just such a great person. I got to meet his wife when they came for the transplant. She's a wonderful person. And
What stage were you at this point? I mean, just to give some people an idea of the level of function that you had in your kidneys and your body when he came into your life. What
it was
happening with you?
about 4% my kidney function out of 100.
Wow. So you were on dialysis? I mean, you must have
Yes.
been like all the time.
Oh yeah, every night for 8.5 hours I hooked up to a machine.
And how long is the wait list for kidney transplants?
For my blood type, O positive, it's between 8 and 10 years.
So you probably would not have survived if this person...
Oh no, I was getting worse all the time.
Worse
just
all the
because.
time. So what's the process? Because I think there's Stephen had such a great quote in one of the articles that I was reading where he said, if you saw someone in a burning building or if you saw someone drowning, you would want to act. That's how I felt when I heard about this. But a lot of people just, I think everybody has that intention and everybody thinks that way. But I think there's a bit of a gap in the knowledge of what the actual process is to become a donor, to make sure you're a match. How does it work from that end of things? Like when he said, I want to step forward and have the testing, what does the testing mean?
Oh, it's very extensive. You go through 3 rounds of testing, and the first round is blood work and just basic testing, and then the next one are EKG and all kinds of
Were you expecting him to back out at any point? I mean, because I would think that would always be at the back of your mind.
You know what? I never got my hopes up.
As this testing goes through.
I never got my hopes up. I just kind of thought, well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then.
And what was the time frame between Stephen contacting you and him coming up here and the operation happening? Because it all happened fairly quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. The testing, I think it took about 2 or 3 months because he had to, he was in Las Vegas, so he had to, we had to deal with the mail and
What
the
fun.
logistics of saving a life,
So it took
Wow.
a few months.
And what was it like for you? Because you had the surgery right here in Vancouver at St. Paul's. He came up here just a month ago. What has the recovery been like for you?
Well, I was in the hospital in St. Paul's for 5 days, and it was immediately I felt better, like as soon as I woke up.
I'm not seeing any tubes, and I've been looking. But it was immediate. I mean, you had the operation, and you immediately, your body reacted.
Yeah, it really did. And
Is there a danger of rejection with kidneys?
yes, there is. But Dr. Gourlay is the one who did my surgery, and he said that the kidney started functioning within 30 seconds.
Wow.
So during that time, they took the tube out of my stomach.
What was
as
that
well.
first night that you didn't have to do 8.5 hours of
Oh,
dialysis?
it was such
What
a
was
relief.
that like? I can't
Such
even
a relief.
imagine.
And I was actually able to sleep, even though they were coming and taking my blood work every hour. I
Just
still-
sleep like a baby. Now you've started a website as well, and obviously you've really started speaking out about this and the hope and the gift that it gives to people that need an organ or a kidney specifically. Tell us about the website and what you're doing with it.
It's called savillashopefoundation.org, and the reason that I thought there was a need for it is because, you know, I was in denial in the beginning. I kind of thought, oh, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to recover from this. I'll be fine. And it just doesn't work that way. And I thought, if I'm suffering like this, there's got to be more people who are waiting for 10 years for an organ, and it shouldn't be. They shouldn't have to wait that long.
So how can you sign up yourself for to be an organ donor? Is it a simple thing?
Yeah, you just go to BC Transplant's website and you just
Sign up?
sign up.
And sort of the one little bit that we should fill in before we go is when you are a donor, people can function perfectly well
Yes,
with one
you only
kidney.
need one kidney. So I happen to have 3, but
So they just put the new one in with your other 2?
yeah, just in the front. So
Wow.
How do you thank somebody like Stephen
Yeah, what do you
after this
say?
has all happened?
I know it's just a simple thank you is not enough. So what we'd like to do is buy him a vacation package or something. We'd like to
That's a
put
great
something
idea.
together for him. So.
Well, what a great story, and I hope it motivates people to get out there and go and find out more. You can go to savillashopefoundation.org for information, or you can go to BC Transplant's website as well, which is
sign
very
up.
good, and sign up. You can
Savilla, thank you so much.
biggest
We're so
difference.
happy that you're here for so many different reasons. So congratulations on that, and a big thank you to Steve. That's such a great thing to do. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to talk about dressing casually for work. How casual is too casual on Casual Friday? Well, Maeve Doyle is going to have the answer to that question right after this. Stay tuned.
Apparently, I have to wear pants. I found that out.
Yeah, that was awkward.